Hey everybody, this is Carmel Asha and welcome back to my channel. And this is the long awaited get ready with me video. Okay, yes, I know, my very first beauty video, makeup video. Just gonna beat my face and just kind of do a chit chat. I'm gonna do basically what I would call my natural beat. This is probably the beat that I use the most. This is the beat that I would wear to work when I was still working at Sephora. It's, you know, when I didn't have a lot of time to like do an eyeshadow look or things like that. Just a nice natural beat. That is what I'm going to do today. So I'm excited. So let's get started. So I went ahead and took off my glasses, put in my contacts so I don't have to work completely blind. And yeah, so we're gonna start with skincare. Okay. Alright, so I have this product here. It's actually one of my favorite face toners that I got from Sephora. It's called Innisfree. I really hope that it's actually one of the K beauty brands. For those who don't know what that means, it's Korean based and it has green tea in it, which is actually one of my favorites. I drink green tea all the time, so I was like, why not put it on your face, right? But yeah, I really like this product. And it's also good if you have oily skin, which I do, or oily combination. Alright. So I always have a lot to choose from. Today I chose the Tatcha water cream. There we go. The camera's getting it. This cream is really lightweight. That's what I really like about it. I don't like a heavy face cream. Like, even if it does do a good job at moisturizing, I would rather it feel lightweight, especially underneath my makeup. To me, I don't know, I just like it better when it's just a nice lightweight moisturizer that's hydrating me but it's not super thick. Now if you're dry, then a thicker moisturizer would probably be good for you. Me personally, I use thicker creams at night. It just makes me feel more comfortable because I'm like, well, if I get oily while I'm sleeping, so what, who cares? So there's that. Alright, cool. So after that, I tend to use a primer. Again, I have a bunch of primers, like it's ridiculous. Like I said, working at Sephora, we get a lot of gratis, we got a free product. That's what that means. So today I'm going to do SmashBox. This is called the Mindful 5 Nourishing Primer Serum. It also has green tea, prebiotic, red algae, primer oil, and cannabis oil. You need, it says 2 drops, but I do 3 because it just makes sense for me personally. I do boom, boom, boom. I take my fingers and I just rub it in. Yeah, it's pretty concentrated, so you really don't need a whole lot. So that's probably why they said only to do 2 drops. So like I said, I do 3. Not that big of a deal, right? It's just what, you know, your own preference. Alright, so that's my all over face primer. I then go in with I would call a mattifying primer in my T-zone, which is where I get the oiliest. So that's your forehead, your nose, your chin, for most people. This one is actually one of my favorites, and a lot of my co-workers too, like we all live by this. And this is the YSL mattifying instant matte pore refiner. That's what it's called, but it is a mattifying primer, and it definitely does the job. Okay, this will control that oil throughout the day, especially like if you got an event to go to, even at work, you know, whatever it is. So what I do is I do the forehead, the chin, I do here and here. Again, you do what works for you, but this is what works for me. Alright. With this, I kind of just blend it, but then I also kind of pat it into the skin. You want it to get a little tacky. That's the word that we use. Okay, the reason why I do on the sides here and here, because I bring it all the way down underneath the lip, and then I bring it onto the nose. Obviously, for most oily people, we tend to get the oiliest on the nose. I swear, it's like I can have a full face of makeup and the rest of my face will be matte, beautiful, and my nose will just be oily. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what I do, my nose will still get oily. It's just an oily person's dilemma. But hey, as we age, we have really awesome skin, so you gotta have to take the good with the bad. Alright, so I have a little mirror here. It's one of those like magnifying mirrors, and then it's lit. So this is really cool, just to make this job a little easy. To be honest with you guys, I'm so used to doing my makeup in my bathroom. I've never done my makeup, honestly. Well, no, that's not true. I've done my makeup like at work, you know, when I was working at the beauty bar and at the salon. Sometimes I would do my makeup at work, but for the most part, when I do my makeup at home, I'm used to doing it in my bathroom. So this is really different for me. But having this mirror that like this, so that you can see up close, really helps. So what I do is I start at the base of the brow. Okay, and I just draw my tail to where I want it to end. And then I do strokes going downward, like that. Okay, see I got a little base there. And then now you basically do your top line. And you just you want to meet your tail. I didn't show you guys what pencil I'm using because, again, I'm not used to doing my makeup on camera. I'm kind of just used to doing my makeup, you know what I'm saying? Not talking to nobody, not having a conversation. So yes, but this is the retractable brow pencil from Sephora collection. Okay. That pencil is also waterproof. If that matters. This is actually the NARS Radiant Cream Concealer. I go underneath the brow line. This concealer right here is super popular, but it's not one of my favorites in terms of concealing like underneath my eyes and things like that. When I tried to use it for that purpose, it creased on me, and I hate when my makeup creases. So I have delegated this concealer as my eyebrow concealer. But if it works for your under eye area, I would say go for it. Alright, so what I do from this point, I take one of these flat angled brushes to kind of just just to kind of fix that line a little bit, make sure that it's really neat and like clean. And I kind of just work the concealer downward. One of these brushes, I believe this is also, it's like a foundation brush. This one here is like a dual ended, so, which is really cool. I think I got this brush from like Target or something. And I basically just kind of blend out the concealer. You don't want your concealer to be like too, just like jarring and just not blended, you know. We need to blend it out. I took some concealer, put it on the back of my hand, and now I'm going to clean up the top. Nice. Girl. And I know if y'all hear this rattling around, I don't know what y'all do, but I actually keep my products in Ziploc bags. This is what works for me because I have so much product that, yeah, that's what just makes sense for me. But also another trick that I'm going to share with you guys is I actually use foundation as my concealer, which you're going to see more too when I get to my face. Like I said before, like with the NARS concealer, this, you know, this right here, honestly a lot of concealers like that, ones like this in tubes, like this one right here. I want to show you guys. This one here is from Milk Makeup. Milk is actually one of my favorite brands. I really do love Milk. But again, I just have a preference about using concealer down here. It creases on me. So what I have done for me and what works for me is I use foundation, and what I do is I just use a shade that's basically the same shade that I would use for my concealer. So as you can see, these two are basically daggone the same. Right? Ultimately, you're highlighting. That's what you're doing. That's what your concealer is doing underneath your eye. It's acting as a highlight. So as long as you have the right shade, it doesn't necessarily have to say concealer. I think people get caught up with names all the time. Oh, but how you not gonna use concealer? Girl, it don't matter. Trust me, like when you're a makeup, and even you a makeup artist and you know what you're doing, you can have years of experience under your belt and people will still try to question your experience and your skill and your authority. And I'm like, you know what, do you, boo? But anyway, but I wanted to share this with you. So this is actually one of the products that I use as my concealer. This is Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. It's a full coverage foundation. It holds up really nicely, but again, I also use it as my concealer because this I would never be able to pull off this color as my foundation. I was actually given this in gratis, and when I saw it I was like, oh, that's too light. But guess what, you could use that as your concealer. Alright, so again, I'm still using this to highlight my brows, so I put just a little bit on the back of my hand here. So yeah, you don't really need a whole lot of product to highlight the brow. It's funny, like I watch these videos sometimes and these girls be going ham with the like concealer be all the way, like I'm gonna do it just for the sake of the concealer be all the way up here. I'm like, bruh, it ain't that serious though. But listen, everybody do what worked for them. Brows, to me honestly, you get your brows done, that boom, that's like you on the right track right there. So that's why some people do their brows last, and I be like, but you know, don't get me wrong, I've done my brows last before, but for the most part, I personally, and since I got concealer up here, because I was just trying to make a point about those girls who got concealer all the way up here and shit. But I don't like to just kind of keep it really, I like to blend my product out. What I tend to do with this brush here, I actually got this in like one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. It's just an eyeshadow brush. I like it because it's a little longer, but it still has like a pretty nice stiffness to it. I just take it and I just go across my top line. I don't like a really harsh concealer line, me personally. I still like it to have the illusion of a natural brow. So I just go over it lightly, just to soften the line. If need be, you need to go back in. And this is why I say brows, like, honestly, to me are the thing that take the longest. And brows to me are the thing that need, I would say, the most time. But at the same time, to be honest with you, brows are a time sucker. Let me tell you something. If you spend too much time on your eyebrows, honey, you will look up and 30 minutes will have gone by. Like, dead serious. So what I always say is, you want your eyebrows to definitely be sisters. Do they have to be twins? If you go for identical twins, you may be in this mirror for like 40 minutes. They could be fraternal twins, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want them to have similar features. But yeah, I wouldn't, you know, get obsessed. Okay, so now I'm about to move on to foundation. Okay, your primer at this point is set up, it's good to go. That's another reason why I like to do my brows first, because I mean, you can't really go in right away with your foundation right on top of your primer. You have to make sure that that primer is dry and that it's set. So the fact that most people are going to spend at least 10 minutes on their brows, boom, just like that, you've given yourself enough time. Your face is prepped and ready to go, right? Alright, my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I love this foundation, and to be honest with you, before I started working at Sephora, this was my foundation of choice. This was the one that I chose all the time. It just goes on beautifully, and yeah, I would also say it's a medium coverage foundation. I would also say it's matte, but it's like a natural matte finish. And yeah, so this is how I apply foundation, guys. I pour some out on the back of my hand, and then I dot it on. Now, everybody likes their coverage a certain kind of way. I know how I like my coverage to look, so therefore I know how many dots I need, if that makes sense. But I kind of just start off with a base, if you will, and then I work it up. I use a beauty blender. This beauty blender has been used already, so it already was still a little damp. You never want to use a dry beauty blender. This is actually one of my favorite beauty blenders. This is ooh, girl, I can't remember the name. You find this at I always get it at Walmart. They even have they have a pack. The last time I bought these, actually, it was from Amazon, because they had like a nice 3 or 4 pack, and I was like, ooh, you can't beat that. But this is how I apply my foundation. Let me do this cheek here, and I do one section at a time on my face. Okay, bring it all the way up underneath the eyes. And what I like about this beauty blender is this end right here. You see how I was able to get into the crevice of my eye right there? Real easy, just to blend out that foundation right there. I really like that. Alright, and as you need more foundation, just pour out more. And I like to do it this way, you know, a little at a time, because then you don't overuse your product. Okay, so now I'm gonna do in areas where I feel like, ooh, that's a bit much. It's cool because I like to bring my foundation down anyway. In the chin area, just smooth it out like that. Oops. I definitely like to do the neck. Okay. Yeah, I come all the way, me personally, I come down to the center of the neck, at least right here. And underneath the chin, obviously you don't want to like do your neck and skip this area here. Consider the this area here. Okay, and then what I do is I kind of whisk it out. That's a cooking term but hey, okay. But I just like for it to be, for the most part, blended out. All right. So again, I put on the foundation. You have to, you know your face. You know how you like your coverage. So I use the amount of product that I need for me. So don't nobody message me talking about, oh, you know, you do you, boo. You know, you do you. But I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna focus on technique here. Okay, and around the edges there, I kind of just work it out like that. Because I have short hair, my haircut kind of gives me that line there around the edges of the forehead. I take the flat side of the Beauty Blender, and what that does is it blends it into your hairline. What's the name of this Beauty Blender? It's a RT here. RT. Girl, my brain ain't worth it. I love this Beauty Blender. Real Techniques. There we go. Blam. Real Techniques. Yes. This is one of my favorite beauty blenders. Love it. I knew, I was like, RT. I was like, it has an RT on there. What does that RT stand for? I knew it would come to me. Alright. Any area of your face that you want a little bit more coverage. Again, this is like, makeup is, it's like there's rules, but there aren't rules. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what's a lot of foundation to one person is not enough to somebody else. So I always say, like, you got to look at your face, like, let your face be your guide and what you're comfortable with. Like, I know what I like my makeup to look like. So that's what I base how much foundation I use on. Like I said, you want like your natural skin to like come through, but at the same time, you know, you want your face to be beat. So what I do, let me close this bottle because I can, you know, I'm trying to avoid all accidentes, honey. All accidentes. Okay. And again, I kind of like to bounce back and forth in between a beauty blender and a brush. What I would always tell my clients that would come into Sephora is they would say, well, which is better? Which one? And what I would always say is you need to have both of these in your makeup arsenal, okay? To me, a beauty blender is definitely key. As you can see, my base is basically done, okay? I use the beauty blender for the majority of my base or my foundation because it does the job the fastest, okay? And then also too, I wouldn't want to necessarily do my whole face with a brush because brushes can be streaky. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed, there was a moment in the video where there was some foundation that landed here on my nose. I didn't go, you know, like this. I basically took the brush and I worked it in. So it's this blotting or patting motion that even with a brush is just more flattering, because again, you don't want to leave behind strokes and things like that. Okay. Alright, I just realized I didn't put foundation on my eyes, but again, for my natural look, again, this is what I call my natural look. It's no eyeshadow. There's gonna be no eyeshadow on this look. This is all based on foundation, concealer, bronzer, and everything else that I'm going to use. That's what's going to bring the whole face together. This is no eyeshadow, guys. Alright, so this is just my base, or purely my foundation, honey. Alright, it's my foundation. Alright, okay. I'm very much a very organized, well, I'm an organized person generally speaking, but I'm just as organized when it comes to my makeup. It's like everything has to be just so. I have to clean as I go, and maybe that's the chef in me too. We're basically taught, like, you know, think about it if you're preparing a meal at home, right? You can't just let every utensil that you use just pile up and then have, you know, ingredients here and have stuff here and have stuff here. It's like you're more likely to have a successful dish and do that dish properly if you have all of your stuff in front of you and in order and organized and in place and clean as you go. Guess what? Makeup is the same way, I promise you. If you just have shit all over the place and things is just, you're probably gonna stress yourself out. Okay, makeup is so many, it's already so many parts to makeup and creating a really flawless face. The last thing you want to do is add clutter and disorganization to the mix. This is how serious I am when I tell you guys that I have a bunch of foundation. This whole bag, this whole Ziploc bag is foundation. That's how real it is, guys. Alright, so since I already talked about Bare Minerals Bare Pro earlier, I'm actually gonna go back to this to do my highlight. Okay? And then for my concealer, I'm going to use this. To be honest with you, this is still one of my favorites to this day. Before I started working at Sephora, this was a go-to for me, and it's still a go-to for me. But this is L.A Girl Pro Concealer. Alright. This is my concealer color. This is called Beautiful Bronze. Okay, so for me, because I have like a caramel complexion, then this is my concealer color. I want to go a few shades darker than my skin tone color. And then for my highlight color, you want to do the opposite. You want to go a few shades lighter than your complexion color. Okay. Okay. My concealer line is going to be here. So the highlight line needs to be underneath it. About there. Again, my concealer line is going to be here. So my highlight, I bring it all the way up underneath the eye. And again, those of you who have like dark circles and stuff, then yeah, I would bring this product all the way up to make sure that all of that darkness is concealed. For me, God bless, God is good. I don't really have darkness underneath my eyes. I conceal and highlight purely to conceal and highlight. It's not necessarily to hide any darkness. But hey, I might have a bad night one night, you know, and you know, it may look a little dark or puffy, I don't know, but generally speaking, I don't tend to have darkness. Alright, so for this, you know, anybody that's used this product before, is pretty easy. It squeezes right out the top. Okay, so actually I go boom, boom, boom. I always start on the forehead. Again, you do what works for you, okay? But I'm just showing y'all my process. Take this concealer, you bring it up and over onto the eye, okay? And that's actually going to mimic eyeshadow. You'll see I'm going to blend it out and it's going to give this natural kind of, I don't know, it's like an eyeshadow without using eyeshadow. The president's office. But so contouring is not just, it really does have a purpose. Seriously, you are reshaping your face, literally. Okay, so for people who have a wide forehead, they may want to make that forehead look shorter. Contour is going to help you with that. For people that have a long forehead and you want to not make it look so, contour will help you with that. People who have a shorter forehead, contour can help widen it. So basically it just helps to manipulate whatever the shape is, and you're trying to manipulate that shape. Contour is going to help you with that. Alright, so as you can see, everything has come together nicely. See that highlight and that contour? And we're not even finished yet. This is what I would just call like my base. Some girls are just completely happy with this and they're ready to go. They're like, boom, like I feel beat. But to me, this is like, I would say we're 75% done, okay? So my contouring is done, my highlighting is done, it's popping really nice, everything is blended together. What I like to do, now that my base is done, I go in with some type of a finishing powder, but a finishing powder in my complexion color. Okay, and another reason why I like to do this is because I'm oily. So any of like a little extra something to keep me like matte and oil free, that's what I do. So if you're dry, you don't necessarily have to do this step. Now I'm going to go in with a translucent setting powder. This one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Okay, I really like this one. It does the job, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too like picky about translucent powder. That's just, you know, me. As long as it doesn't leave behind like any like weird you know, chalky finish or anything like that, I'm not really tripping, to be honest with you. Okay, this is Fenty Beauty. I really come to like this a lot, and clients will come into Sephora and eat this stuff up. They would spend their coins on this like it was nothing. This is actually Cocoa Naughty. Okay. What I like to do is like a nice angled brush. Okay. And right above, I also like to do my jawline. And again, right around here. You can, you know, do the forehead as well. I don't really like to do that in the spring and fall. Now, when it's the summertime and you want to look extra toasty and bronze, then I would kind of add it along the top of my forehead as well. But for May, it's not really necessary. All right. I'm going to use this Buxom. That's what it looks like. This is a Buxom blush in shade Wanderlust. Okay. For my blush, I like this brush here from the Sephora collection. But then I also really like something like this shape here. As you can see, I've used it. Okay, now this step right here, somebody say, oh my god, that's too much. No, it's not too much. Because again, you're gonna blend it out. Okay. Right on top of the contour line. Okay. People are putting blush on the tip of their nose now. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it kind of gives you, like, in the winter time, you know, like how you got like that frosty kind of, oh, I'm so cold kind of look. That's what I'm thinking that's about. I don't know. And that look is kind of cute, I guess. So yeah. Okay. Yes, darling. Alright, and like I said, since I am a highlight whore, and I really truly am, my highlight is not done. Alright, so what I like to do is sometimes double up on highlight, because I feel like these do two different things. Now, anyone that has Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife knows how powerful this is, right? So you really don't need a whole lot of this. Now, this is NYX A Wavy Glow, which I'm also a really big fan of. Okay. Alright, just like that, your highlight is blended and natural, and you just look glowy and beautiful. Okay, so we're almost done. We're almost to the finish line. Kind of like, I don't like my makeup to just sit too long being dry, so I'm just going to go ahead and put on the setting spray right now. Alright, so that's Mario Badescu. I used this earlier to moisten my face when I had to blend out my highlight and contour, if you remember, my concealer. And then I go in with this Morphe Continuous Setting Spray right here. Okay. This is a mist. I'm going to go ahead and just moisten my lips. I just put on a chapstick. Even if I'm about to put on a matte lipstick, I still go in with chapstick. And you'd be surprised how many women will complain about their matte lipstick. Oh, it's too dry, or oh, it cracks on me. Oh, I'm like, okay, well, you just put it on like just bare dry. Like, no, girl, like you still gotta moisten your lips, sweetheart. sweetheart. Like, and for me, I have a really a thick lower lip. So for me personally, it just depends on the shape of your lips. But for me, I tend to have to bring my line up. Probably, let me see. Yeah, to about there, so that people can actually see it. Because my lip kind of has like a little bit of an overhang. My bottom lip has a slight overhang. So for most people that have like a thin lip, they can line that lip and people can still see that line. With me, you can't. I have to bring my line up. So just be aware of the shape of your lips, and that how you line your lips is going to be based on the shape of your lips. So to me, I really love this, I really love this color. To me, it's just a nice natural lip color, you know, just like a rosy brown, and I love it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to go for. Okay, so we get into the best part, y'all. What part is that, y'all? Lashes. Don't y'all say nothing to me about lashes, okay? I have so many male friends where I have had debates with them about lashes, and a lot of them really are not pro-lash. To be honest with you, I would say 9 out of 10 men are anti-lashes. And I'm like, ooh, like y'all ain't even cool for that. But guess what? They not going nowhere, fellas, alright? I'm just saying. Women, we love our lashes, so y'all better just get over it, alright? I'm just saying. My advice to you. But I feel why y'all feel how y'all feel. Y'all little, you know, frustrated about the situation. Some women, honestly, they don't know how to pick out their lashes. You know what I'm saying? I think the problem is that they choose the ratchetest looking lash out there, right? And then they like, ooh, look at, you know, look at me, and they think they look real cute, and it's like, girl, them lashes look crazy. And I think that a lot of men just have been turned off by lashes because of that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like a nice natural glam lash, like a natural drama. These are my absolute freaking favorites. I stand by them. I love them, and I get so many uses out of them too. Dang it, I left the packaging in my bathroom. I cannot remember the brand name right now, guys. I am so so sorry, but I can list it down below, my product listing, on the but you can only see that listing on the YouTube channel. So if you happen to be watching this on IGTV or whatever, or Facebook or whatever, you are gonna have to go to my YouTube channel to see the listing of my products. Okay. Alright, so because yeah, I really cannot remember the brand for these lashes, but these lashes are everything. They're not expensive. They're like, I think they cost like $3.99. I go right to the beauty supply store and get them, and they're just as good as any expensive lash, and that's real talk. Maybe even better. I get a lot of uses out of them, a lot of wears out of them. They're just freaking perfect. Alright, so again, I'm going to show y'all my process of how I apply lashes. Everybody's process is a little different. This is mine, okay? This is a tweezer. I hold the lashes by the hairs, apply the glue to the lash line. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to fan the lash to dry down the glue just a little bit. We want it to get a little tacky because I go right to that outer corner and I basically line it up with my natural lash. Once I get that back end where I want it, and then boom, it's on. Yes. Can't nobody tell me shit about no lashes. Lashes is what bring the look together. Because don't get me wrong, this look is already like, it was already like a clear 9. 9.5. The lashes just bring it up to like, back. Like, it just do it. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. Argue with me. Go ahead. Write a comment. Argue with me. Yeah, that will be a lost battle. Because the proof is right here. Like if you look from one side here, and then this side here. I mean, bruh, like it's no it's no argument. But this is Fenty Beauty. This is her mascara that I'm gonna wear today. This one is called Full Frontal Volume Lift and Curl Mascara, and then it's called Cause I'm Black. Okay, and boom. That's how to apply lashes 101. Alright, cool. So now that that's done, this look is basically done, guys. Yeah, now that I thought about it, I was like, girl, your makeup is done. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go put on something nice. Alright. Put on some earrings and just kind of wrap this video up. And boom. But makeup is done and complete. This face is snatched. Alright, so I am back, changed my clothes, made myself look extra cute to go with this super beat, gorgeous, natural face that I promised you guys. I hope you guys love it. I mean, I honestly really love how it came out. It's just beautiful, gorgeous. Any complexion can pull this off, from lighter than me to darker than me. Like I said, it's just a nice natural lip, and again a nice natural beat where you didn't have to use any eyeshadow and you still look really put together and really nice. And hey, it works for any and every occasion. So I just wanted my first get ready with me to just start with a natural look, because I know all too well that this honestly is the most popular look. This is the look that all women want to achieve. They want to look natural, glowy, beautiful, and just look like they have really flawless, gorgeous skin. That's really what the end goal is, I think, for most women. So I said nothing better than starting my very first get ready with me with a natural look. So once again, I hope you guys love it. I do. You know, I gotta flirt with my camera a little bit. But no, this has been really fun. I'm looking forward to doing another get ready with me, another beauty video. And the next time around, you know what, I'm gonna loosen up a little bit and actually chit chat with you guys and talk and like just talk about any old random whatever. It's crazy, like I had a list of like chit chat topics that I actually wanted to touch on, and then I don't know, it's just somewhere along the line I was like, you know what, I was like, this is my very first beauty video, and I was like, I think that I need to kind of get through this one. Like this one is kind of like my baby, you know what I'm saying? This is like I'm like a virgin to this, so I kind of just had to kind of get through, I had to get through this process. And then I think as I continue to do more of them, then I can kind of loosen up and just talk to you guys just about any and everything and just have a little bit more fun with it. But I think for my first one, it's kind of cool that I really just focused on technique and my process and just talking about the products and just showing you a few of the products that I use and a few of the products that I honestly love. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I am looking forward to do another beauty video, several more beauty videos to come. And if you like this video, please press like. If you have any comments about this look, if you like this look, you want to replicate this look, if you have any questions about this look that maybe I didn't touch on in the video, please comment down below. I really do want to get your feedback, and I really do want to get your questions. And also too, if there's a particular look that you want to see me do next, then tell me, let me know. Definitely comment down below like, hey Carmel, I really want to see you do this look, can you pull this off? And if I can, I'm gonna be like, sure. And if I can't, I'm gonna be like, boo, you talking to the wrong one. Like, you know, like I'm not James Charles, okay? But no, definitely I want to get the feedback from you guys, so definitely comment down below. And if you have not subscribed, yo, what you waiting on? No, you definitely need to subscribe, guys, okay? So you can, you know, be aware of when I'm uploading new videos and putting out new content. I definitely want to stay connected with you guys, okay? So like I said, like this video, comment down below, and subscribe, okay? And I'll see you next time, loves. Bye. I just felt like flirting a little bit. When my makeup is like extra beat, it's just I can't help myself, right? Wouldn't you do the same thing?